Keep this in mind.
Oh, okay.
That's where we should start.
Yeah, that's great. Because when you laugh, I'm trying to get your laughs in there. People, every fucking time people say something about the podcast, it's your fucking laugh they're talking about. So we got to get that shit primo.
See, yeah, you're talking about my mumbly voice. It's Cody's laughter that's ruining everything.
What?
Rodney said himself. It blew out his eardrum.
Yeah, he did.
If anything, my laugh is the lifeblood of this podcast.
And you know what? That's exactly true because I could prove it. So check this out. We got a couple shout outs recently.
Ooh, okay.
One of them was from a podcast called Super Had Not Bros. Shout out to those guys. You could go check out their podcast. That's their handle on Twitter as well. There's also Robots Don't Age. They gave us a shout out. They have an episode 54. We will wreck you. REC. They wrecked us. In a good way. So check this out. Oh, wait. Fuck. Can you guys hear that?
I can't hear it at all.
Oh, I know what happened. Hold on. Time out. Sorry. Fuck. I had it queued up and everything.
Anthony,
seriously, all that talk and then you just dropped the ball.
Yeah, Anthony.
We all make mistakes. Okay, hold on.
But no one makes mistakes like you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you shoot bigger shots, you make bigger mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Is that science?
That's science, bro. Okay, let's check this out.
Shoot bigger shots, you make bigger mistakes. Feel like that's something Shakespeare once said.
Edgar Allan Poe said that.
Edgar Allan Poe. I think it was Mark Twain, actually.
Yeah. Socrates.
It was Anthony fucking Iannaccio who said it, all right?
Oh, yeah. The Socrates of our generation.
Yeah. All right, let me play this fucking clip.
So there's this podcast called Comics and Chronic, which is exactly what it sounds like. These guys are hilarious. One of them has like the best belly laugh that I've ever heard. It's like contagious laughter, just a bunch of dudes hanging out. They did a Sopranos summer series, which like went over a lot of episodes of Sopranos. That's when I got familiar with their podcast. But like they mostly talk about comic book and like, you know, Marvel related stuff, superheroes and what have you. Very funny.
Nice.
Yeah, if you like our show, definitely drop by there.
Fuck yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
That's a very dope shout out.
Yeah.
So shout out to Robots Don't Age. Check out that podcast.
Nice.
And thank you for shouting us out, guys. I'm going to send them some stickers, actually. So
nice. Free shit.
You guys have earned it.
Yeah. Swagalicious. Sorry, I ate an edible earlier and I can feel it slowly. So if I say continually stupid things, it's because it's washing over me like right now.
It would be such a rare thing. Who could
I'll fight you. Coming out to LA just to beat your ass for that one, buddy.
I wish you would, dog. Do you know what movie I just watched? The Menu.
So good.
Yeah, I loved it.
Banger.
I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like an artsy culinary movie.
No, yeah, definit't not that.
No, it's got our boy Voldemort in it.
Ray Fiennes.
Our boy Voldemort. He's not our boy.
You don't like Ray Fiennes?
I do. I just don't know if I want to like associate him only.
Ralph. Isn't his name Ralph?
Ralph.
But it's pronounced Wraith.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
I don't like that.
You don't like that? We don't like the pronunciation of your name.
No, there's an L in there. You should use it.
But you don't want to associate him with Harry Potter?
I don't know. Like I was honestly never like I liked the first.
Nah, he was good as Voldemort.
Yeah, it's just he's done better shit. I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I actually, if I'm being honest, I fucking hate Harry Potter. I'll go on this rant right now. Harry Potter fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's
sorry, commies. If you like Harry Potter, grow up. It just never resonated with me. I actually really loved the books when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's where my love for it was.
But I stopped reading after book 4, and I just kind of gave.
Oh, you didn't even read all of them?
No.
I made it halfway through book 4 and then I stopped.
I finished book 4, but book 4 was kind of a chore, and I just like stopped giving a shit. I was like, fuck these British kids.
I also took a good look at myself when I was reading book 4, and I was like, wait, hold up. I'm not gay.
I'll say this. I liked the books, and I was never like the biggest fan, but I still like them. And it just sucks that J.K. Rowling's such a piece of shit that like, even if you do like, because Harry Potter books were in that world was special to a lot of people. It still is. And she kind of ruined it by being a piece of shit, you know? So like, she's like super anti-trans, like but that's like her mentality. But so it's just hateful, and she like double downs on it. Like she's just not a nice person, and it just turned a lot of people off to the book, rightfully so. I mean, like, you know, you find out like someone you like an artist is like a piece of shit. You don't really want to support them anymore, obviously. But from there, let's actually make a good segue. James Gunn, like, people tried to cancel him for like stupid ass tweets that are obviously just like edgelord jokes that everyone was like making back in the day. Like, yeah, they're still
from
like
years
fucked
ago,
up.
No less.
Yeah,
like from over 10 years ago, they tried to cancel him.
And from that moment, I think it led to this moment for sure.
Oh, obviously, honestly, it for sure did. Like, literally, like you could almost like time it out. Like, it's
exactly. Like, it's a completely different, I'm trying to say completely different thing where, like, yeah, you could say, fuck you, J.K. Rowling. We don't want to look at your work anymore. We don't give a shit. But, like, James Gunn is, like, someone that he's always made cool stuff. And I've never found a reason to hate the guy or, like, dislike any of the stuff he makes, you know? Like, I just like him as a creator.
I hated J.K. Rowling before it was cool, though.
Yeah, I agree. That's what you guys proved right there. Exactly. I'm just not going to pretend like I didn't like Harry Potter books growing up, you know? Like, I didn't think they were bad or anything. I was a fan.
I liked the first 3, and I do like the first 4 movies, honestly. Like, I actually like The Chamber of Secrets a lot, that movie. The
movies are pretty good, too, yeah.
I just feel, for me, it's just the kind of thing that, like, when you first watch it, or read, or however you got it, it seemed so cool and unique. And then, like, after a while, you realize, like, the writing, it wasn't as good as you thought. You know what I mean? Like, the plotting, it was just like full of holes. It just kind of like, it just wasn't as cool. It just lost its appeal really quick. And I don't know. I just wasn't a big fan.
I also didn't like before, I guess she came out as super anti-trans, whatever, like that she retconned characters, like Dumbledore is gay all of a sudden, like post the books being published. I hate that shit when it's like, oh, did you know he's gay? It's like, well, there was
and she never actually put it in the books,
ever
like,
indicating
trying to cover her own ass or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but even without trying to cover her own ass, like creators in general, like I see in comic books, like, oh, this character's gay. And it's like, well, why don't you just make a new gay character? I mean, you can make a character gay, but sometimes it just feels forced as shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just create somebody cool and unique. And
yeah, sometimes it works. Yeah.
Yeah, don't just be like, hey, this character's gay because we need a gay character. I mean, it doesn't add anything.
Just because I was listening to this episode the other day when Abraham Reisman pitched Professor X and Magneto being gay, that's actually, that would work. Like the way they like made that make sense. You know what I mean? That would be like something I'd be like, too. Okay, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it would add a dynamic for me.
You don't think if they experimented in college, it would add a dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Because, I mean, like, the thing is, they clearly love each other. They just work against each other and have different means to the same ends. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you can totally do that without there being like a subtext of it being gay.
No, absolutely. But going to your point of like, sometimes, you know, the characters are just, because you also have to go back to times where these characters were created and written where no one was going to do that because they were like, I don't believe in that shit, or, you know, just some bigoted, you know, it's just like not of the time, I guess. But like, that's why I think it's okay when characters are diversified and like
diversified.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I've never had an issue with that. Sometimes, it does feel forced.
Yeah, there's it really just honestly depends on whose hands they're in and how they're being written.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if they wrote a beautiful, like, not even that they had to fuck, but like even like a subtext, like a well-written subtext of Charles and Magneto, and like them just kind of like maybe feeling things for each other, and maybe that's like a part of their hatred because they never actually got to see the romance through.
I kind of what I mean, Cody. That's actually good. That's good storytelling.
Yeah,
that I would like. I would almost
Cody
like
Feige back at
Cody
it again.
Feige. Hey, the mad genius himself. I would actually like that. Yeah, it would actually work almost better if they were gay and they never acted on it, but they did decide to work together for the better of mutant kind. But yeah, there is that bitter resentment because they love each other and neither of them have had the courage to like act.
Or maybe they had like one night, and that one night is all like that's bringing them together. Or that they love
each other, but their views on mutant kind are so polarizing that they can't. That's why they never actually kill each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they themselves.
It's like Saga in that way. Like they're like lovers on the run.
Exactly. I kind of like that. I'm actually all right. You changed my mind, Cody Cannon.
Boom.
But what I was gonna say is that I actually don't mind, like especially with the X-Men universe, because it works so well, because it is such a parallel. We've even seen it in the movies when. In X-Men 2, when Bobby Drake's mom is like, have you ever tried not being a mutant? That's like a literal line from the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I wouldn't mind, like X-Men characters, I think a lot of them even should be queer and gay and trans and, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Iceman is one of those characters that you wouldn't say like originally was
But he wasn't originally gay.
Right, that's what I mean. And it's a character that was, but through like, you could actually, and I've seen people do this online, like show like issues where it's like, yeah, actually there's things about Bobby Drake's character that like as the X-Men went on, you could, it might be like, what is it called? Queer coded, which I don't know anything about. So I can't speak on it. But what I'm saying is like in comics, like again, like there's just ways to do it. And it's just character growth. That's all it is. Like it's just, we're in 2023 now, you know, like every character can't be a straight white guy.
I agree. So. I just don't like when it's like shoehorned in there.
Yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference between
there's a difference between like pandering and like
writing like a beautiful story.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the way they revealed Iceman was gay was fucked up because Jean Grey just revealed it to everybody. She's like, oh.
She outed him.
Yeah,
what?
like he did. Yeah, exactly. It was just like, what? Why would?
Fuck, that's lame.
Yeah, there's just some stuff that I feel like is like, oh, Marvel, the corporation is like, we need to step up our numbers. You know what I mean? Like, so
we need our
rather than like
numbers up.
Yeah, so rather than having like a cool, meaningful story behind it, they're just like, now this person came out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, that's what I don't like is the shoehorned, pandering, forced shit. But yeah, if you do good writing, you can make anything.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like Marvel's clumsy first steps at attempting, because that was like Brian Michael Bendis, who also created and wrote Miles Morales, but he's just like a white Jewish guy. Like he's not like. He's not.
Here we go. Like, classic anti-Semitism coming our way.
No. What I'm trying to say, definitely not. No, definitely not. Listen, but what I'm trying to say is eventually, like, you get an Iceman series written by like a queer author. You get Miles Morales written by people of color. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I think like those ideas work better. Not when like if you told me to write Miles Morales, it doesn't feel right. You get what I'm saying? Like it
doesn't do anything for the character.
Yeah, and it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna resonate as much. You know.
So I actually want to like keep going with this topic only because I watched a cool video and I agreed with him. It was Denzel. But so then I guess now, especially in today, 2023, with all the culture that it is. Mm-hmm. And then if I'm also like, do you feel that only like queer writers can write queer comics, black authors can write black comics? Like you just said, you can't write a Miles Morales. However, I'm just referencing like The Wire, created and written by David Simon.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it only, and I'm not saying I can't. I think in today's day and age, again, like especially in comic books, like in a long history of just straight white guys getting the role of being a writer, and then when there's so much more room for more creative and diverse voices. I mean, honestly, like a lot of people, there's like a section of the comic book community that like hate that so much. They're just like
there's a very toxic element of comic book fandom.
And I just don't get it because really like diverse voices just means not white guys writing it anymore. And that's cool because now we have different writers with different takes from different parts of the world, from different cultures, like just living completely different and more felt experiences. You know what I mean? Like like, yes, I could write a story about a woman of color, but why do you want to hear that from me when an actual woman of color could write that story? You know, that's what I think.
And we know you hate strong female leads, a la She-Hulk.
Yeah, so how could I ever relate? But no, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. I'm not trying to say I shouldn't. I think give someone else, let someone else do that.
No, I agree with you. And I think that like everyone should be given opportunities. I think that's the big thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I do think that like the best writers should be writing the stories that they want to write, but that being said, that means like make sure we give everybody equal opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
like just like a different kind of thing. But look at how that British dude captured the voice of Appalachia and West Virginia and Coal Town specifically.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But that being said, we've gone through decades and decades where straight white men have had the only opportunities.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, let's give everyone opportunities, but like also like if you can write a better She-Hulk story than I can, Anthony, whatever, you get what I'm saying.
Yes. And I could.
Like you should be the writer.
Well, also going back to your thing, like, people from different cultures should do it. So in this clip I watched recently, it was when that movie Fences came out based off of the play that Denzel was in.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever see that?
No, but I heard it was great. Good.
It's phenomenal. Yeah. Him and Viola Davis. Anyways, the interviewer is asking him why. She was like, could this movie work with a white director? Does it have to be a black director? Why is it important that it's a black director? And then he said, it's culture, not character. He's like, Spielberg did Schindler's List. Scorsese did Goodfellas. They're both from that culture. He was like, Scorsese could probably do a good Schindler's List, and Spielberg could probably do a good Goodfellas. He's like, but no one knows what it is to have a hot comb run through your hair on a Sunday morning. Like, and I thought that was cool. And I was like,
I love that. Yeah, completely agree with that.
So, I do agree. I also just like, sometimes I get, especially when it comes to like movie casting, it's like, okay, I want to put out a movie. I kind of want to put out the best movie. I want the best performer. Say I cast Leonardo DiCaprio as a trans character, but then there's an uproar because he's not trans. Why didn't you go with a trans actor? But it's like, okay, I get, like, I'm not against like auditioning trans actors, but I feel like if I want to put out something really good, I'm going to go with who's ever better.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of what I agree. But just give everybody the opportunity.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll go with the better actor before I go with the actor that is the character.
Yeah.
So I think in comics, though, it's less of a chance to be like that. Yes, there are big name comic writers, but like I don't want it to sound like also like the reverse. Like, so Anthony, what you're saying is a black person can't write a white character, like I don't think it works that way.
I think Anthony just said that.
Yeah, those words came out of my mouth. I set myself up for that one. But to really say like I don't want to twist the logic in the sense like I really do think what you guys are saying is the biggest point. The talent of the writer is what comes first, and I think in 2023 now, comics especially are recognizing the talent of more diverse voices. Like everything from artists to writers to everything. And I think it just makes it really cool. Like they're doing really cool things in DC and Marvel. And yes, maybe like a lot of these writers are fresher and they're not like the most seasoned writers of all time, but you're still getting like, newer readers, younger people getting into comics, that like are living that life. And like, like we are just like, yeah, fucking Civil War and fucking like Infinite Crisis and just like dudes punching each other in the face.
Like, yeah, right.
No, I mean like that's like we're our
North versus the South.
Comics wise, we're from the Civil War era, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh shit. Are we Union members or are we Confederates?
We're the Union, of course.
Are you Team Tony Stark or are you Team Captain?
Oh, I'm Team Cap for sure.
Oh, I'm Team Cap easily.
Yeah, easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's really Team Stark.
Yeah.
Damn, this episode was supposed to be about the DCU, and we're like, we're getting into a really cool convo about.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking our opinions,
I will say, I'm almost done with.
I like it.
Jonathan Hickman's X-Men's Omnibus, and I'm loving it, honestly.
Nice. Yes.
I love it.
I haven't read his X-Men Omnibus.
Man, this is like what we read House of X, Powers of X.
Yeah, it starts with that House of X, Powers of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Check out that episode.
Yeah, dude, I gotta say, I'm totally down with. Yeah. By the way, please see that episode. Dude, yeah, I'm loving like just everything. Dude, Magneto, I love how like how he's doing Magneto in this book.
Yep.
Like, Magneto's awesome in this comic book, I think. Apocalypse is cool. Dude, even the kids are like, Magneto! Like, when Magneto comes back
they
from,
love
like,
him.
fucking up enemies, the kids, like, run up to him. They're like, Magneto, Magneto. He's like, hello, Magneto. He's awesome.
Yeah, Grandpa Magneto.
But, like, still killing aliens and shit.
I'm excited for you to. It's coming up, so I'm excited for you to do the first 2 volumes of all new X-Men.
Oh, all new.
Yeah. No, because we're gonna read new X-Men. Yeah. That's Grant Morrison. That's before Hickman, but
Way before, but it sets the stage.
for sure. Yeah, it's so important to the history.
Dude, well, you know what we're setting the stage for is today's episode.
Boo,
Yeah.
boo, 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 boo.
That was one long intro.
Yeah. I think it does actually. We're talking a lot about comics, and I feel like a big thing about this DCU thing is like James Gunn is promoting those fucking comics and connecting it to the movies.
We're talking about change.
And one thing that we were talking about that he literally said is what's most important to me in regards to DC is the storytelling. He was like, I don't want it to all feel the same. He said, I want all of these to have distinct visions and directors and you know what I mean? Which I like.
Yeah. And it seems like based on the comics he's referencing, they are both more colorful in tone and actual like ink and color.
Yes.
Especially like Super Girl Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which like I feel that I actually got kind of loved, but what's that I told you, like it's a lot of writing. Tom King wrote a lot.
Yeah, it's not as brief as some of his other dialogue in other books, but that's okay. It's a great book. But I'm halfway through and I really like it.
Dude, I told you the art is sick.
The art is amazing too, yeah.
And she's badass in this book. Like she's stupid awesome and powerful and fuck shit up.
Yeah, I got it. It's in the mail, so I'll be getting it anytime soon.
Nice, yeah. I feel like it sold out in a lot of places really quick. As soon as the announcement happened, a lot of these books sold out. So if you haven't grabbed it, you might not have a chance to get it right now.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Comics and Chronic, boys.
Yeah, what an episode! I like it.
Wow.
This is how we do. We don't have to do intros when you tell us to do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, we're doing our introduction 3/4 of the way through, baby.
Yeah. It's the shit at the end one day.
One day, yeah.
Maybe there won't even be an intro for one episode. Who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's topic. We are talking the DC Extended Film Universe, which is now being overseen by James Gunn and Peter Safran. Peter Safran, who I do not know, but it seems like James Gunn is pretty much the creative director of all this.
Yeah. James Gunn.
I'm excited. But
coming over from
Marvel. His last movie.
He's still doing Guardians 3, but this is obviously his main agenda now going forward.
Yeah, I do wonder how much money he's getting paid. I bet he's getting paid an insane amount.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, dude is gonna be after he does this like slate. If he walks away, I bet you he would not have to work again the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean he probably already doesn't, but like no, he probably would not.
But that's the thing about James Gunn that you could tell. He loves this. Obviously he wouldn't do it if he wasn't getting paid, but who knows? Maybe he might. Like you could feel the love for him, that he has for the comics.
Yeah, I gotta say, like all of his movies, even if I don't like all of them, there's a lot of like passion in them. Like he seems enthusiastic with his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and his shows, dude. Fucking
yes.
Peacemaker, man, was
the other day.
Incredible.
Nice. Yeah, let's not forget that we fucking love Peacemaker, awesome. And we definitely said that was the best superhero. That was 2021, I think, and I think we said that was the best superhero TV show. Oh no, that's 2020. What year? No, that was 2021, right? December 2021. Yeah, I remember like us being like, this is the best. Like there were a lot of MCU shows that came out, but Peacemaker fucking was like top of the charts.
Peacemaker blew him out the water.
Yep.
For me, I would say that 2022, for me, it was The Boys that blows all the Marvel shows out of the water. Easily.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say those two shows, as far as shows go, are the best 2 superhero properties made.
Yeah.
I saw someone call it out this way. What do you guys think? Like MCU doesn't, like it references the comics, but it changes a lot, like the comics aren't like forefront. The Boys, like I haven't read the comics, but from what everyone says, the Boys TV show is completely different from the comics. Yeah. It's not doing the comics at all. So DC now is like really taking the sole, like unique, like let's actually do the comics. It really seems like we're going that way. Like, to me, that's like music to my ears, especially for DC, who the Snyderverse wasn't that for me.
Well, I agree. And also, I would say, like, as cool as Thor Ragnarok is, it's such a missed opportunity to do Planet Hulk justice.
Yep.
Yeah. And
100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marvel's just, dude, if I'm being honest.
Be honest, Cody, will you?
I'm in a hatery mood with Marvel, man.
Yes, let the hate flow through you.
Marvel is just cherry picking the best the comics have to offer and putting them up in these shell ways. Like, they're just like taking the coolest ideas from the comic and forcing them into every single story, and none of it has heart.
Hot take.
Dude, if you like, I'm excited for Ant-Man, but nothing Marvel's doing is making me excited. The last thing I think they really nailed was
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah. And I think the only reason that worked so well is because it felt like a Raimi movie, and not because it felt like a Marvel. Yeah.
No, you're right.
And it wasn't even completely a Raimi movie. They just gave him more room to be Raimi.
Creative control, yeah.
Yeah. And again, back to that point that James Gunn seems to be hammering home. It's about the storytelling and those creative visions of these new properties. Not the new properties, but this new. So he calls it Gods and Monsters. It's chapter 1. DC doesn't fucking do phases, guys. It's chapters. Okay, and it's chapter 1.
Well, shit, let's talk about the lineup.
Let's talk about it.
Some of the things that James Gunn announced is that we will be getting a Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Which I read,
father and son.
I read all of Grant Morrison's Batman run from when Damian's introduced, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I love that run. Grant Morrison's Batman is so good, and I'm so excited for Damian. I'm going to say Damian's my favorite Robin. I'm saying it. And so to see him on screen, to see Robin on screen, I'm pumped.
I would almost say too.
And now I don't have to worry about him getting, like I said, I wanted to see him in Robert Pattinson's Batman 2. He doesn't need to be there. As long as he's in Brave and the Bold, I'm good.
Yeah, I want to see Damian. Yeah, because I agree with you. And I love that they're doing Elseworlds, like making the Snyderverse everything Elseworlds. And
like
then
Batman and Joker are Elseworlds.
Elseworlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah, I also like how I don't think it's a small thing. He's like film, television, animation, and gaming. It's all together.
Video games, yeah.
Video games, insane.
What?
Like, I wonder how that really plays into
Tell you
it.
what, Rocksteady better bring back fucking Batman Arkham, or start doing more superhero. Do Superman, do Green Lantern, do Flash. Like, fuck, I want to see some cool shit, man.
Speaking of Green Lantern, what did you think about that True Detective announcement?
I loved it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, Lanterns. I think that might be, besides obviously the Superman movie, I think Lanterns is what I'm most hyped for, because we need a really good, me and Jake love Green Lantern, Cody. Like, you don't understand, like, Green Lantern needs justice done to him in the movies, or, well, this is going to be a show, but HBO Max show. I'm ready. I know that's going to be great.
I hope they borrow the title from, I think it is Grant Morrison, right? Intergalactic Lawman. Green Lantern.
Oh, that part. Oh, yeah.
I would like the show to be called that, Green Lantern Intergalactic Lawman. That would be.
But it seems like it's going to be taking place on Earth, at least this season.
I don't like that. Every Green Lantern comic I like takes as far away from Earth as possible. Sinestro Corps Wars, Blackest Night, until they get to Earth. Like, everything in Green Lantern happens in space. That's cool.
True, but I'm sure we'll get glimpses of space, of course. I'm sure there'll be scenes in space, but they are starting off and like, I guess
for a starting point, it makes sense on Earth.
Yeah. Like, of course they're going to go into space.
Start them on Earth, take them to space. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think go balls to the wall. Started that shit.
But Green Lantern, in the comics, he does protect Earth. There's plenty of Green Lantern protecting Earth, like aliens coming to Earth and shit like that. So there's still room for space.
I just really like Green Lantern's like extended space universe.
Yeah, but think of how cool it would be if they connected Lanterns to Peacemaker and all. Because you didn't expect Peacemaker to be dealing with aliens, and that's what it was entirely. And
yeah. And then, you know what? Earth 1, like Green Lantern Earth 1, right? Like, that's a very, like, it's in space, I guess.
It's in space a lot.
Right. But, like, it is a very, like, detective, like, story. And if it's going to have that tone, I think it works. Yeah. It still works on Earth. I get what you're saying, though. No, absolutely, Green Lantern needs to be in space, but I'm okay with it for first season. Absolutely.
I always felt like the tone of Interstellar should be Green Lantern's tone. Like I would love that.
Nice.
So we're like, you actually like, whoa, like you're like when you shoot Green Lantern on this big screen, it should be like looking at Avatar.
Yeah, but the thing is, this first season, we're not getting him on the big. Like, what if you're right? What if you get what you want, but just to intro the characters in the universe, we get this soft intro. You know what I mean?
Who would you cast?
That like gets
Cody
us to
Gunn. Cody Gunn.
No, it's Jake Gunn and Cody Feige.
Who would you cast as live action? Because they said they're going to do Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are you guys going to cast live action? Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
So one of each. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Okay, for Jon Stewart. And just because I want these dudes to be like on the younger side of things.
John David Washington is who I want for Jon Stewart. He was in Tenet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Denzel's son, Black Klansman.
I think he can make a great Jon Stewart.
For one of the first people that comes to mind for me, he was in Insecure, and he made the beats and stuff.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know the face.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I don't know. I have my Hal Jordan pretty dead set, and I've had it for years.
Okay, for years. What if he's aged out of it?
I don't. Maybe. I mean, yeah. I guess if you're going with it depends how young. I don't even know how old this actor is. He's older than when we first saw him. Chris Pine is who I would say for Hal Jordan.
I feel like if he was younger, for sure.
How old is Chris Pine?
And if he hadn't already played Steve Trevor, I feel like it feels too similar.
Yeah, but Steve Trevor is such a lame character. Green Lantern's. He was in Star Trek.
Yeah, but when he was in Star Trek, I think I definitely agree with you. But like now we need to find somebody a little, because Chris Pine, by the time this comes out, he's going to be in his late 40s, probably
really?
mid 40s.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're going for an older Hal Jordan, it's very possible. You know what I'm going to say? I would love Tom Cruise to be Hal Jordan. I know that's never going to happen.
That's insane.
That's
I'm absolutely outraged.
Why? What? He would make a great Hal Jordan.
Yeah. Okay. Also, dude, like Chris Pine makes a better Hal Jordan than Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I agree. I'm with Jake 100%.
I wouldn't want Tom Cruise.
I feel like Tom Cruise was doing Mission Impossible when we were children. Let that man retire.
He doesn't want to. He's an animal.
Not gonna. Why he's doing crazy shit?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't want somebody unless they're like purposefully making Hal old as fuck.
Okay, and I'm only because I saw the movie recently. Austin Butler as Hal Jordan. He played Elvis.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That I like.
Oh, no. I was going to cast him as... Who the fuck was I going to cast him as? Someone else in the... I thought he might make a good Superman.
No, I don't think he's tall or big enough.
Yeah.
You have to get jacked. But Austin Butler as Hal Jordan?
I like that.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
I like that. I fuck with it. That's better than both of the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems the most realistic out of who would play him. Yeah.
And then who are we doing for Jon Stewart? Once again, if we didn't have a limit on age, I would probably suggest Idris Elba.
Yeah. But that's why I like, what's his name? Like, because that dude could get jacked. You know what I mean? And he could, the dude, what's his name from Insecure? He could like get stocky and he could easily pass for like an ex-military guy. You know what I mean? Or.
I'm still going with John David Washington. I feel like he could definitely...
Who is it? What's he in?
He's in Tenet and he's in Black Klansman.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I know
Black
exactly who you're talking about.
So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he's cool. He doesn't do anything for me. He doesn't move me.
Well,
yeah, we can go with...
He moves? Fine, I'll go with Anthony Mackie.
I'm actually going to go with Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson is Jon Stewart.
That's absurd. Cool. Nice. Okay, next, let's talk about and how do you guys feel about the Wildcat universe and the Authority and stuff like that?
I'm down with the Wildcat.
Well, I never read Authority specifically. I read some Stormwatch, which like it's Stormwatch and then they become the Authority, but I don't know enough. Like I'm going to read the Authority. So I'm like, sure, I'm excited for it because it seems like it's going to be like
DC's The Boys kind of, or whatever.
Exactly. Like I was going to say almost like the Dark Justice League, but not like that. But like, it's interesting because they're the kind of team that is going to be, like Jake was saying, it seems like we're going to get a brighter DCU, and Authority doesn't fit the brighter DCU. So I'm wondering how it's going to play in. Like, what is there going to be their role in this like big thing? You know,
I'll tell you guys a story you guys should honestly read and just get the whole omnibus because it's written and it's in the Wildcat universe and it's fucking called Sleeper by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. It takes place like dude, the Grifter is in this comic. Midnighter is in this comic.
Grifter.
Like it's fucking weird. This reads like an espionage like thriller with superheroes.
Nice.
Cody, have you read any of that universe?
I've read like a couple books, but I've not taken the time to dive in, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these movies that were introduced is going to make me finally read like Swamp Thing was another. You've
never read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing?
I've never read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. So,
we should do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. Yeah. Well,
we should do that.
I was going to say.
But that's another thing.
We should do everything. We should do everything on the slate. You know, like so many of these things or all of them are based on a book that we've either talked about. Maybe, for instance, All-Star Superman is what is going to influence apparently Superman Legacy, but like we need to do Alan Moore Swamp Thing. I've never read it and I want to read it.
It's really good.
You can't handle it.
Dude, but that's the thing. That's what I like about this is how Jake was talking about a brighter future. That's not true because yes, like Superman is going to be colorful. Swamp Thing is going to be, as he said, a horror movie.
Yeah, you're right. And it's going to close out everything, apparently. Like,
yeah.
And he also said something interesting that it's like almost separate from everything, but it still is going to connect it.
Yeah.
Did you notice he said that? Like,
yeah, he said tonally, it's going to be very different.
Yeah.
From everything else we're talking about, but it is going to feed into it.
So, which horror director would you like to see do Swamp Thing?
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
That's
easily,
a banger of a choice.
Easily.
Especially if Guillermo isn't doing the writing. No offense, Guillermo. Ooh. But
I kind of get what you mean. Pinocchio didn't do it for me.
Yeah, same.
I'll say that much.
I'll say that much for me. Though the animation like really fucked me when I was on shrooms. So
oh yeah, you watched it on
I turned it off after a while. I was like, this is intense.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I get the appeal, but it just like wasn't the like if you could get a really great horror writer and have them write it with Guillermo's aesthetics. Oh
yeah. Where was your tongue in that situation?
Up Guillermo's ass.
In Swamp Thing's butt. Oh. Talk about eating some swamp ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Eating some fucking swamp ass.
Yeah.
We do love Guillermo del Toro here on this show, so I don't want to badmouth the OG.
There's also going to be an animated series called Creature Commandos.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's definitely an older series, yeah.
I love that James Gunn be like, you know what? I want this property that nobody's heard of.
Exactly. That's what I do like. I'll be honest. I other than Rocket Raccoon, I truly did not hear of Guardians of the Galaxy until the first movie came out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow. But that's cool. Like James Gunn made that more popular and made people know it. And I'm sure that's what he's going to do with a lot of these characters.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, dude, he did a whole awesome show around fucking Peacemaker, who like realistically in the comics, who gives a fuck, you know?
Exactly. People are going to start knowing like probably some, but like Creature Commandos has like Frankenstein, like, you know, Frankenstein, you know what I mean? Like, but it's a cool Frankenstein in the DC universe is fucking awesome. He has a sword. He's got a mohawk. He kicks ass.
The only undead person I fucks with in DC universe is Solomon Grundy and Deadman.
Ooh, great people.
I don't need Frankenstein all up in this.
What? Frankenstein's awesome.
Solomon Grundy would whoop that ass.
But like he's like the Frankenstein in the book, so he speaks very poetically a lot too. Like he's a cool. When you read like Jeff Lemire actually has a Frankenstein series. Like so that might be worth checking out.
What a dude! That guy is super like such a iconic comic book writer, but very hit or miss.
What? I feel like Jeff Lemire is like 90% hit.
I would say he's more hit than miss.
But he does have some of his swings have just like. He does have some
misses,
yeah.
I'll say his misses are just like, they're not bad, but it's just kind of like, all right, I read that.
I think for him, because he sets his quality so high that when he does miss, you're just like, I've read better of yours.
Yeah, good point. I'll give you guys that.
Yeah, like I've never read a bad comic by him, but maybe some forgettable ones, or they're just some of his comics are so down to earth that you're just like, all right, well, You know, like, I don't know. I get what you guys are saying, but I love Jeff Lemire, but I'm glad that some of his stories are.
I'm a big fan of Black Hammer, dude. I'm balls deep into Black Hammer.
Yeah.
You guys got to catch up.
I haven't read past the first one. I need to read more.
Ooh, I'm on volume like 6.
Damn. I probably read that far. I haven't read. There's so many Black Hammer stories.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I can keep up with it.
It's a huge universe into itself now.
Yeah. There's like offshoot comics too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Jeff Lemire does write a lot, quantity wise. Like he does churn out a lot.
Yeah, I can't believe, dude. I don't understand how some of these people be churning out content like that.
Dude, I mean, that's how we felt about when we interviewed Rodney again. I was like,
yeah, so immediately what I thought of,
and like just churning out dope shit. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And it's good. Like, it's not just that he's putting stuff out. It's all good.
Yeah, it's not like run of the mill, like assembly line shit. No, it's all good. I'm probably going to get Blackula today. Ooh, because I'm going to that Ronnie Barnes signing.
Nice.
Yes.
I know exactly where that store is. I've been there before. It's cool.
Nice. Yeah, definitely get a picture with him or something. That's awesome.
No, dude, I very much am going to ask him. Can you imagine if he's like, no, sorry, man. I'm just like,
nah, I can't see him doing that. Booster Gold. I'm excited for Booster Gold. He's getting a TV show.
What would you guys cast as Booster?
OBG.
Know who I heard someone say, and I was mad that I saw it, and I was like, yeah, why not? Chris Pratt as Booster Gold.
I'm just over.
You know, Chris Pratt is going to get a role somewhere in the DCU. Like, James Gunn and him are buddies.
He honestly will get a role at some point.
So you got to give him one that you're like, all right, he's that guy, and we don't have to worry about him being like the voice of. Like,
I'd rather him voice some no name though, kind of like Bradley Cooper did with Rocket.
Who's like a funny, like comedian right now, white comic guy
that would kill his Booster.
He's a funny character. Booster.
Yeah, exactly. You need comedy.
Like, I would rather go with a comedic actor than like a legit dramatic actor.
If he was younger, I feel like Neil Patrick Harris could do it.
He's so petite though.
Yeah.
He's a very small.
Oh, yeah,
guy.
he's a small dude. You're right. Oh, Nathan Fillion also, if he was younger, would be the perfect. Well, he might still be able to pull it off. Nathan Fillion is actually the perfect Booster Gold.
If you guys thought Nathan Fillion is older than Chris Pine, my dude. Sorry to say.
Yeah,
Chris Prime.
I'm super against Nathan Fillion, honestly.
Wow. Well, those are my. Those are my
internet fandom and nerddom. Like sucks the shit out of Nathan Fillion's dick. Like he must have no sperm in his balls.
Because he just has like he could have been any like he could just play a comic book character, like pick one, and he could probably pull it off.
Where I probably would have
like Bruce Campbell kind of has that kind of.
I would have casted Nathan Fillion like back in the day as Green Lantern. Honestly, Hal Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, Nathan Fillion could have played any superhero basically. Like he could
like how Stephen Lang could play anyone. Ooh, Stephen Lang as Kingdom Come Superman if they were like to do it, you know.
Yeah,
he feels too evil
cool.
For that.
No, Stephen Lang, he could play a righteous man.
A righteous dude.
I'm trying to think of a young, funny actor.
Right? Why can't I?
A funny lead.
Which shows are?
And I'm trying to think. A good place to find that is like horror or.
What about the dude from The Bear playing Booster Gold?
Ooh.
Honestly, that would be cool. That's like a pretty solid.
Right? Because even
there we go.
Like in both Shameless and The Bear.
And like the whole.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
Like, because he's a short dude, and I kind of almost like that for Booster, but he could be like jacked and look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that casting a lot.
Because Booster Gold's whole thing is like he's kind of just like an asshole. Like he's you know, like you like him for him like just like failing and like you're like
he's kind of a mess too.
Exactly. So like exactly.
The Bear. Yeah, The Bear, but Booster Gold. I think that'd be cool. I kind of like that a lot.
All right, then. There we go. I gave some shitty answers, and then you guys were like, "Yeah, we got it."
Hey, you redeemed yourself.
Yeah, that's what you got to do on Comics and Chronic. You give bad takes, you got to find a good take, and then make them forget those bad ones.
Yeah. All right, guys. How many Joe Pesci's are we giving the DC slate?
Oh wait, what? We're not done with this.
Are we? Are we still going?
Yeah, we didn't even talk Superman.
We also didn't
we're
even
still going.
live action Batman and Robin for both Raven the Bold.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go hit the bong real quick.
Cody, who do you got for Batman and Robin?
for Batman. So we're doing older Batman.
Yeah, I guess because Damian is like what 13 or 12 or 11.
Yeah, and Batman doesn't. Even though Batman don't be having his kid young. You know what I mean? Batman's a young bachelor.
Ooh,
he has his kid at least when he's.
You know, I feel like because Batman is so skilled at everything, he's been pretty skilled at pulling out his whole life.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
But like Talia's Batman is so fuego.
Batman, and plus he's got contingencies for contingencies. Sure. You know,
he has aborted a few babies. Bruce Wayne has definitely paid for a few abortions in his time.
No doubt. He's like, I can't be a father. I'm a crime fighter.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
he does them in the Batcave, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It's okay. I studied abortion surgery for 10 years. It's like, what the why?
no, he has Alfred give the abortions.
God damn, what did I miss?
Oh god.
Back to, he makes Alfred do the abortion. Wait, so did you guys cast Damian?
No, we didn't.
We've just been talking about how Batman was definitely an older father because
he's been pulling out his whole life. Like Batman, he's mastered criminology, forensics, jujitsu, like ninjutsu. He's mastered.
Plus, how he can just like disappear when people don't realize he's even gone.
Yeah.
You know that dude's a pro at pulling out.
Oh, for sure. He is the ultimate, like, I'm going out for a pack of cigarettes, but never coming back. So having said all that, we were saying, but so because he does have Damian, that like Talia's Punani was that fuego. Like he couldn't even he was like, oh yeah, Alfred, help me.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'm excited that also Damian does imply Talia, Ra's al Ghul will probably be the villains in the movie, right?
Probably.
And I'm down for that. Know who I really think should have been Damian? He can't be Damian now. Did you guys? And I didn't even really watch all of it. The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
There was the young kid who was actually older. He would have made the perfect Damian a few years back.
Yeah, I don't know enough about children actors to have any idea who could play Damian.
It's probably going to be an unknown. Yeah, it's going to be an unknown, and that's fine. Like a kid that's just really rambunctious, and you're like, yeah, that fucking little fucker's that's Damian.
We need the kid from Black Adam.
Oh God!
Or the kid from
kill me
too. Who I hated.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider is Damian.
You know who did? I don't know if you guys
either.
watch Cobra Kai, but one of the actors from there, the mean kid boy, the bad boy. I don't know, whatever.
I didn't watch Cobra Kai, honestly.
That's an interesting point because one of the dudes from Cobra Kai is going to be Blue Beetle.
Yes, exactly.
The main kid.
So one of the other actors, that guy's like Nemesis. The actors in Cobra Kai's Nemesis.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
He posted a picture of himself with the Robin mask, and it looks sick. Honestly, I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "All right." Well, he was like, "James Gunn cast me," or like, talk to DC. He's like, "DC, reach out to me."
I really want Damian to be like a young kid, though.
Yeah, no, he needs
to it would make it work better. I think
like a legit kid and be awesome. They need to find some new up and coming kid star.
Yeah. So then who the fuck is going to be Batman? Older Batman? You think it's going to be Ben Affleck still? That's probably not right.
We're over Ben Affleck.
No,
I don't want it to be. Yeah.
I think James Gunn is over Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
Who do you think it should be?
Yeah.
So older Batman.
How old are we talking? 40s, 50s?
Definitely like late 30s, early 40s. I'd say 40s is a safe bet.
Let's say Batman had Damian when he was like 20, 22.
No, I would say 28 at the earliest.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm saying let's make Batman like late 30s, early 40s.
Add 12 years to 28, so like 42.
Okay.
42, 43.
Yeah.
I guess another point is also James Gunn said the extended Bat family's included. So that's if Damian's there, it definitely implies Dick Grayson is Nightwing or older, right? And maybe Tim Drake, but either way, that means we have like an older
Robins.
Batman. Mm-hmm. So who the fuck should be Batman? That's such a big and for that matter, we're gonna have to talk about Superman for like who the fuck is gonna be our new Batman and Superman. Should it be people we know a little bit? Like should it like Henry Cavill? I didn't know.
That's true.
before he was Superman, you know?
Until he was Superman.
Right. Whereas Robert Pattinson has a history of playing great characters, you know? So like,
I don't want to see Robert Pattinson's universe have Robins, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, no, now I'm okay with that, excluding Robins for sure.
Yeah, I would prefer it.
I never really wanted him to have a Robin, yeah.
I think it's going to make sense for him still because in that first movie, again, you kind of see him really relate to the younger characters, you know, him like trying to help out that little kid after his parents were shot. Remember that? I think Robert Pattinson's character has the potential for it, but yeah, we don't need it. But for this movie, like I just find it so hard to cast things, and especially these characters.
Pedro
like,
Pascal as Bruce Wayne.
I mean,
Not serious.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate that at all.
Honest,
Yeah.
But it's not what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but old Batman, I could totally see that, Jake. Yeah.
Stephen Lang is old Batman. Like
no,
old.
too
No,
old.
I'm talking about like Dark Knight
Too old.
Returns.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that perfect old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even Kingdom Come Batman, I would give him that.
No, Stephen Lang's still jacked, man. He's not like a frail old man.
True, but he could still play a frail old man and still act his ass off as a tough dude.
Stephen Lang refuses to play frail old man.
Well, he played a blind dude, didn't he?
That dude
he was
wasn't frail. He was killing everyone in that basement.
Oh, I thought he was like a frail dude in that movie.
He's
No,
like
he killed people.
He like went into his house.
yeah,
Damn.
And he has like echolocation.
yeah.
Like a bat.
Pretty much. Exactly like a bat.
Ooh, so I would say for my Batman casting.
Costing.
Casting. Damn, this is tough. Why is this so hard for me right now?
I know, this is what I'm saying. I don't think there's going to be a right answer, you know? I don't think there's going to be.
Somebody who's like in their late 20s, early 30s now. Because it's not coming out for like 5 years, you know?
Good point.
Or 3
What
years
if, like,
or something.
and I feel like it's, no, everyone's going to disagree. I already know on site.
What?
But you guys are going to disagree for the wrong reasons. But like, because he's so linked with Thor, like Chris Hemsworth, put a Batman cowl on him. He's big, he's jacked. We've only you're only thinking about him from the Marvel lens. You know what I mean?
I gotta like expel that image from my head for a second.
Just put a Batman costume on that dude's body.
But you know what? As soon as you said that, then I thought of a weird answer too. Then, like I thought Robert Downey Jr. as Batman. Let him be Bruce.
No.
As older Batman, maybe.
Yeah, older Batman.
I don't really want that.
No,
I don't want it, but Jake saying that was like, what if
it have worked? I don't really know. I don't know the answer to any of these questions.
It's tough, yeah. And to go off of what you said, Cody, about age, so Superman Legacy comes out 2025, and he said Superman's going to be like around 25 years old. So Clark is like born in like the year 2000. Put it into perspective, in 2001, when Superman was 1 year old, he watched planes fly into the Twin Towers and did nothing about it.
He was a baby. He wasn't going to stop 9/11.
If you say so, man.
Even as a super baby, that's hilarious.
Even as a super baby.
Yeah, he could have just lasered him out of the sky.
Yeah, he could have been like, goo
He's
gaga.
in Kansas. What does he know?
Dude.
And
he's a super baby.
No, he hasn't honed his skills yet. He's literally.
Of course, yeah.
Also,
Obviously.
didn't his powers not really show up until he was like hit puberty?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So no, he couldn't have stopped 9/11. Fine, you ruined my joke.
You sound like a right-wing conspiracy. Like, why didn't Superman as a baby stop 9/11? like,
I hope that's in the movie.
Yeah, I hope
that would
this
be
is the
hilarious.
movie. Like, it's like an Alex Jones character.
Yeah,
Like,
he could have stopped it.
Okay, so who do you guys cast as a 25-year-old Superman?
It's tough, man. It's tough. Like, I kind of want it to be an unknown person, but like both Bruce Wayne and Clark, they should just be the like super attractive dudes. Like that's, you know, like their face is just like, yep, that's Superman. All right. That's Batman. Like meaning like it could be a super, like a good looking unknown dude. And then that just works as long as they're a good actor. Like I was kind of thinking Austin Butler again. Like I feel like maybe him as Bruce Wayne. What about that?
He's so young.
He's too. Yeah, I would rather see like that's
But
the
again,
age of
we're another 5 years, you know, give it that if they're going to film in another 5 years, right? Well, it's 2023. Superman's only 2 years away. And you're definitely going to see these characters pop up before their actual movie, I would assume, like in some way.
I think Dwayne,
you know what I mean?
Bruce Wayne is the.
It's tough. I suck at casting, so I'm not going to, I can't think, especially for these two.
I don't have an answer. I think I'm both too high and I just don't have the answer.
Yeah, I need to do my research into young actors.
Yeah, because then we have to think who's going to be Supergirl. You know, we have to figure out.
I mean, like 23, 24, 25. Oh, I just got hit with something.
What is it, Cody Fike?
The dude who plays like the big yo. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry, my brain is just kind of yeah. Okay, so for young Bruce Wayne, or for Bruce Wayne
he's not going to be young, like we said. He's going to be a dad.
Theo James from White Lotus.
I'd be down with that.
I could see this guy as Bruce Wayne. Sure, I could see it.
Theo James.
He's big. He's gorgeous. You know what I mean?
He is. Yeah, he was jacked on the show.
Yeah.
So was the other dude. Ethan was ripped too.
Yeah. Ethan is Clark.
Ethan's short though.
Yeah, I know.
If Ethan was taller for sure. He has that bushy, like, remember back in the day when they drew Superman with the kind of longish hair?
Yeah.
He that kind of Superman.
Yeah, Superman can't be short, unfortunately. Because I was thinking maybe like Kit Harington as either of these guys, but he's short.
He's too short.
What about... fuck. Are we just fried?
Yeah.
We're fried. Also, I do feel like like my honest opinion is like I think Unknown is going to work, or not Unknown, but like maybe they have one or two roles.
I'm just more intrigued to see some Unknown.
Well, I'm also like, I mean, that's why I picked somebody like Theo James for Bruce, because what you want to do is you want a strong actor, but you also want you don't want to be casting somebody who's already iconic.
Facts.
Okay.
Good point.
But I got one real quick, an iconic casting that I think would work. Right. Anya Taylor-Joy as Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Ooh, that's actually, that would, that would be perfect. Yeah, especially after watching the menu. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the only things we haven't talked about yet, there's going to be a Waller TV show. That almost seems like it could be either Peacemaker Season 2 or it's going to feel that way.
He said it's going to interact with characters from Peacemaker.
Oh, nice. That makes total sense.
Yeah, it's going to bring her daughter in, I imagine, at least.
Obviously one of the best parts of Peacemaker.
For sure.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. So those characters, I'm ready for that. And then fucking Game of Thrones style Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost.
Themyscira.
Yeah, I'm so ready for that. I feel like we talked about that. I feel like that was like a wish one of us said. I could almost swear in one of the hundreds of episodes we did, we said something like that. I might have said it. I'm not going to promise that, but it just makes too much sense.
Yeah, and honestly, the fact that they're so down for everything to be tonally different, that has been our biggest gripe of the Marvel Universe. You know what I mean? That it all just feels exactly the same thing over and over.
Big time facts.
You know, so having Paradise Lost be a Game of Thrones-esque HBO show, having fucking Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow be a sci-fi, depressing, bleak, but colorful
sci-fi Western.
Yeah.
Like when you read it, it's super Western.
It's a sci-fi Western for sure.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, like you said, horror.
Yeah, Swamp Thing. Dude, I am so fucking pumped. Ooh, I'm ready for DC to dethrone Marvel, honestly.
Yeah.
I am too. I've always been a bigger DC fan than Marvel, so I wanted to see DC deserves justice in their film and TV.
Yeah, they do. That's what we want to see. That's what I'm rooting for. Like, I want Marvel to still be good and put out banger shit, and they still are gonna. Like that's what always is so silly. Like,
it's like Bloods and Crips sometimes when people talk about.
We don't need to take sides. Marvel and DC could both put out good shit for us. We're giving them money.
When people talk about Marvel and DC, they get very gang affiliated.
Yeah,
it's just like what? I want good shit from both. I want both of them to succeed, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, I've always been more even split amongst the two. I think Anthony's the Marvel boy. I think Jake's the DC boy, and I'm somewhere in between.
I mean, I definitely favor Marvel, but it just depends. Like, I love both, but like, I think there's more characters in Marvel that I just like Blue Beetle, awesome. He's getting his own movie, but I'm not super hyped for that, you know?
Yeah.
That being said, I am basically, as long as Marvel doesn't fuck up the X-Men, I'm on board.
Yeah, we still have X-Men to look forward to with Marvel. Like, it's all about the looking forward to like, oh, we're finally going to get these characters true to the comics. At least that's what the DC side I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
X-Men, we don't know what's coming with that, but What do you think the DCU, so the chapter 1 is Gods and Monsters, like, do you think there is going to be a big bad at the end of 1, or is there going to be like building up to a Thanos in like a later phase? Like, I don't think they should be going to Darkseid. I think that's not who they should go to yet.
Oh God, no. That's not even their goal. I mean, from the looks of all of it, it just seems
Brainiac. What if they did Brainiac?
Yeah, but do it down the road. Don't do it right away. You know what I mean? Like, just.
I mean, at the end of the chapter, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
they said they're ending with Swamp Thing, which is a very different. Like, I honestly don't care. I don't want them to do what. I'm glad that they're gonna create a collective universe, but like, what if towards the end the Authority end up becoming kind of the, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
I don't want them.
Yes, there you go. That's what I was thinking, dude. Like Justice League versus Authority, with the Authority almost being like the Snyderverse stand-in. Like, if you think about it, like it's like Jake is saying, like it really does feel like it's this brighter, hopeful DC that is in the comics and is a big part of the comics.
Yeah.
Again, we come from that Civil War edgelord era where everything had to be dark and gritty and Wonder Woman snapping necks and people are getting it's bloody and it's just.
I mean, I do want to see her snap necks. I was never opposed to that.
Oh, for sure. But like, if like we want DC to succeed, I think it needs to lean more towards that like brightness, and like I think putting them up against the Authority is going to be a great way to show like Superman's not going to be the guy to snap a neck. The other guys are. He's going to be a guy to figure out a different way. Batman's not like mowing down people with a machine gun turret. Like he's like using his brain. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I hope for. Maybe you guys like that other stuff. That's cool. But like,
what?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, don't get me wrong. I love a bloodthirsty Wonder Woman, but there's ways to make it. It doesn't have to be in like super gray overtones and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing is, like, she's bloodthirsty, but she's not always bloodthirsty. How many times does she fight against Cheetah? You know what I mean? And
she should cut that bitch's head off immediately. Also, so damn, I assume that also means we're getting rid of Gal Gadot. Which is fine. I want a better actor, you know?
I really hope so, honestly. Weirdly, it doesn't seem like they're getting rid of Ezra Miller. It's fucking weird. Wow. Out of all of this, Ezra Miller is sticking around? Get the fuck out of here.
Ezra Miller is the reverse Flash who went back in time and like
he really
fucked with his own trajectory of success. I thought that dude was going to be arrested.
And James Gunn was even like, that movie is fucking awesome. Like, it's going to reboot everything. Like, what? Like, is it that important to everything? Like that?
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez.
Also, are we seeing Jason Momoa go as Aquaman, which is like fine?
Yeah, get rid of him.
Yeah, I think so. There was a weird video, but I think like Jason Momoa is going to become Lobo. Like, it almost seems like that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm down for that.
I don't give a shit.
Jason Momoa can go.
Yeah, get rid of him, man. He's not that great of an actor.
Wow, Momoa haters.
Way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
He would make a great Lobo, though. No, I don't agree. I like him. Jason Momoa, we don't hate you here. Only Jake and Cody.
Ooh, what about as Dick Grayson, Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, I would love that, TBH.
Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Nah.
I want Gary Busey or some shit. Is like
Gary Busey as Nightwing? Yes.
Dude, yeah.
Fuck yes.
Can't leave the 90s or 2000s for his casting for some reason.
I don't know. I've been on a big 90s kick.
I was actually thinking, I really feel like Kit Harington could play a lot of superheroes. I feel like he could play Nightwing, but again, he's too short. But out of like those guys, I feel like he could be.
I feel like he's shorter than Batman.
Dude, bring the kid who played the one-eyed kid from Game of Thrones into the DCU.
The one-eyed?
Oh.
The dude who gets his eye cut out in House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Who gets Vagar.
Aemon
Targaryen,
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Ooh, what about adult Rhaena as Supergirl?
Ooh. Wait, which one is Rhaena?
I almost like Anya better. Rhaenyra?
Oh, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Not young Rhaenyra. Older
I'd
Rhaenyra.
rather young Rhaenyra. Do
here's my question. Do you think if they're doing, since it's all going to be connected, Paradise Lost, do you think they're probably going to have like a young Wonder Woman then, right? Especially if they're shooting for him to be like 25.
So in the comics, like they've definitely expanded Themyscira and all the Amazons. There's different tribes. There's different there's not just Wonder Woman. And we know they're immortal people, right? So like, even though it's a prequel, it really wouldn't matter because that person, it could still be like, for instance, you could just do Hippolyta, right? Wonder Woman's mom. Mm-hmm. She could be the Wonder Woman, which she has been.
You could do also like Greek gods too.
Yes, exactly. And she was Wonder Woman in Grant Morrison's Justice League. So I almost see them doing that. Instead of like recasting Diana right away, making Hippolyta.
Is
Wonder
it Hippolyta? Woman. I thought it was Hippolyta.
I think no, it's Hippolyta. I wouldn't say Hippolyta. Hippolyta?
Right, Hippolyta.
Hippolyta.
I'm saying Hippolyta. We'll ask our
AI Jarvis,
resident Greek scholar. Chronic. I don't think Chronic Jarvis knows this. I have to program Greek into Chronic Jarvis before we can. All right, so then how many Pescis does the future of the DCU?
How many Joe Pesci's are we giving?
Well, for the future, I'm going to be the announcement and the ideas James Gunn is throwing out there.
The hope that he's giving us.
I'm giving it a 6.
Yeah. It's giving me 6 vibes.
Giving me hard 6 vibes.
Bro. He's back, finally. Satan returned. Dude, I'm back. It's been too long. It's been too long since we had the devil around.
I love that. It's like such a because it's such like an old radio station thing to do.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Well.
All right. Well,
thanks for tuning in.
There she blows.
There she blows.
There is hope on the horizon for the DC Extended Universe.
There is. Seriously, I'm excited. I always like when like the first Suicide Squad movie was coming out, Batman versus Superman. I'm like, fuck, what is DC doing?
It was in the video. James Gunn even says he was like, for years now, DC has been straight doo doo. He didn't say those words. You know what I mean? Like, he said,
they've been.
He said it was a disconnected.
Yeah.
I was like, it was straight doo-doo is what you're trying to say, James Gunn. Warner Brothers won't let you say it, but we know.
Yeah. Did you end it?
No.
Oh, shit.
Should we end it? We didn't end it because we didn't end it.
Dude, I was just high. I was just high for a moment. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Sorry. I just like got in the zone and got a thought. Did we end it? I got a thought and I wanted to share it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening.
ComicsandChronic.com.
You guys are some stinkers.
All right, now I'm going to stop.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo! Peace.